As a growing crypto and Bitcoin curious, I've realized that the biggest issue with cryptocurrency, and as investors seeking to invest rather than speculate on cryptocurrency, is that they're so volatile. Bitcoin goes up and down like crazy, and all the others, including XRP, Ethereum, and Ripple, do the same thing. But if you're a long-term holder like my good old friend Mr. XRP, you will be rewarded.
Well, different strokes for different folks.
But what if we could solve the cryptocurrency volatility problem and continue to get on the Bitcoin cryptocurrency bandwagon? And the answer to that is, well, we can. And it is actually completing cryptocurrency's ambition to be a bona fide competitor to fiat currency. And we call this part of the digital currency spectrum as stablecoin. Now, what is stablecoin even? So the biggest problem with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin is that they fluctuate wildly.
I haven't given you enough time to freak out yet.
For someone like me who understands the benefits of blockchain, I can't really bring myself to invest because I can't stomach volatility. It becomes more like gambling and speculating rather than investing. Sorry guys, but I just had to say that. But with the volatility of Bitcoin, XRP and so on, it would be really hard to convince any serious investor otherwise. That being said, you sure can make a lot of money trading and speculating on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, but that's not my skill set, so and I don't trade.
I get my yayas from IKEA.
Even where I am on board with cryptocurrencies and appreciate that blockchain can on paper be a trustworthy asset, store of value and medium of exchange, I really can't see it being a true alternative to money. I can't see Bitcoin in our wallets rather than pounds or dollars. Inflation is a pain, I get it, but it's a minor pain when you compare how difficult an exchange connected to Bitcoin volatility would actually work. For example, Bitcoin can go from 30k one month to 60k the next month and then back down to 30k again. And sure, even if we're happy to spend Bitcoin, shops would have a nightmare managing Bitcoin currency and fixing their profits. It's quite a nightmare actually when you think about it.
Someone ate the only good thing going on in my life.
Here to the party, stablecoin, which is trying to fix the problems of the cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. And that's the genius thing about stablecoin versus Bitcoin, is that it pegs or fixes its value against another asset which is more stable. It could be dollars, it could be government bonds, it could be real estate, it could be gold, it could even be Bitcoin, though that defeats the whole objective, right? If you know what I mean. But the point is, you get the upside of the digital currency, such as decentralized anonymous transactions, but the stability from pegging the currency should mean it's more usable in everyday life. The best known stablecoin is called Tether. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of Tether? Well, now you have. And that is actually backed by the US dollar. However, the exact mechanics of how the pegging or stabilization even works is still something regulators are getting their head around. Anyway, once we do have a stablecoin, it's like having your cake and eating it with decentralized currency. And the thing is, it can be practically used as a medium of exchange, and you can buy day-to-day things with it like normal money.
You know something? You're right.
Now, with that being said, guys, central banks and governments have been taking a much keener interest in stablecoin and its impact on global currency. For instance, one of the Federal Reserve's most influential governors, Lael Brainard, noted that if it's widely adopted, stablecoins could serve as the basis of an alternative payments system oriented around new private forms of money. And imagine, he further warned that it would create lack of regulatory oversight and potential runs on banks, as people could be more fickle when it comes to retaining confidence in a digital asset versus fiat, which is government issued. Not to say there are plenty of fiat currencies that have had runs in the past. So let's take the concerns of Brainard and apply it to one of the most prominent, largest and most well-loved of the stablecoins, which is Tether. Tether is tethered or pegged rather to the US dollar, like I mentioned. In theory, you should always be able to swap one Tether for one US dollar. And in order for this to work, we need Tether to back it up, boost our confidence and trust in the digital asset itself. The question is, has it done that? Well, not really, based on what Tether has made available to the public. Tether used to claim that all of its tokens were backed 1-to-1 versus the US dollar. Nowadays, Tether claims that about 75%-ish of its reserves are in cash or cash equivalents, of which only 3% is in dollars. This is all unaudited, remember, so it's just Tether's word you have to go on, and I don't know how much you believe in that. That is the information that we have. And currently there's about $60 billion of Tether available. So it's all quite tiny, and for me that's a little bit of a concern. I'd love to know how you guys get comfortable with something that is not what it says on the tin. But what does all this mean, Fifi? What does it mean? Well, I think I have to go back to what I have always really said on this channel. It's very right to be skeptical of the utopian promises coming out of the cryptocurrency world, and generally be wary of cryptocurrency news. We should be crystal clear that governments will never like cryptocurrency. It would mean that they have to give up the monopoly power over money. Just imagine. And guys, that's never gonna happen. I don't even know, but then, you know, like unforeseen, unprecedented circumstances and all that jazz. So crypto will always be a dabble here and there for me. A hedge in a diversified portfolio as an esoteric asset class. And as I'm not a trader, I will always watch with FOMO from the sidelines, the roller coaster ride, knowing the more prominent and crazy crypto gets, the crazier the risk will be. Therein is the irony for you guys. I know lots of you crypto fans out there will disagree with me, but hey ho. Now, one thing I am really interested in is the equity markets. And right now, with all the jazz in the US, I am quite interested where those opportunities are to make money. Now, it's notoriously difficult to beat the market. The professionals struggle, the papers struggle, the financial magazines struggle, and YouTubers struggle, and I struggle, everyone struggles. But me being me, I thought, screw trying to beat the market, just get to know the market, accept decent returns in the long run. And so in this video, right over here, I talk about which countries are expected to offer outpaced returns in the coming months and years even, and also as we get out of this pandemic. So click here and I'll see you over there.